friend. Blink.
Oh, hello. Thank you for joining me. I'm Magnus Scott, and you're not. So, you want to be an outlaw in Night City, an edge runner, a cyberpunk, and you don't know where to start. We'll take you on a listening tour of Night City, the city of dreams, the city of the future. But before then, let's look to the past. Night City isn't your typical Southern California town. She traces her roots back to the late 20th century when it was initially planned as an idealistic corporate utopia known as Coronado City. Richard Knight, a successful businessman who, during the early 1990s, was concerned by the violence and disruption of the impending collapse, saw himself in a unique position to deal with the forthcoming issue. Working mainly on corporate-funded projects, Richard decided to start a side company known as Knight International, an ideal environment that would be controlled and ultimately safe from the ravages tearing the world apart. This new city was to be completely planned, self-sufficient, and capable of holding off even the most determined criminals. They were to create a shining beacon of progress and technology, attracting the brightest minds and wealthiest individuals. However, the dream quickly crumbled. Despite his influence and his allies promising to deal with it, Richard Knight's time ran out. On September 20th, 1998, he was shot and murdered in his penthouse suite at the top of the newly constructed Parkview Tower. Richard Knight's killer was never apprehended, and in his memory, the newly appointed city council officially renamed Coronado City as Night City in his honor, and the city was then abandoned before it was even completed due to financial mismanagement and corruption. Early in the 21st century, the city saw a resurgence when the government handed over control to private corporations. But even then, the city quickly devolved into a breeding ground for inequality, crime, and corruption. As the divide between the wealthy elite living in luxurious skyscrapers and the impoverished masses in the infamous combat zones grew wider, social unrest and violence became the norm. These megacorporations seized the opportunity and transformed Night City into a hub of corporate power and excess. The megacorporations, such as Arasaka, Militech, Biotechnica, competed fiercely for dominance, leading to a constant struggle for control and influence within the city. The Arasaka Corporation is a worldwide megacorp, dealing in corporate security, banking, and manufacturing. It is one of the most influential megacorps in the world. The company is also the largest distributor of Japanese-made merchandise throughout the American, European, and Asian markets. Arasaka-branded weapons and military vehicles are among the most sought after by police and security firms. Over the years, it has developed a dark reputation as a corporation that is to be feared and one which covers its tracks using assassins, armies of lawyers, and an alleged connection to the Yakuza. The Arasaka Corporation maintains the largest and most powerful armed forces of any corporation in the world, with their guards renowned worldwide and feared by many. Most firms will look to licensing from Arasaka corporate security guards, couriers, or mercenaries to protect their assets. However, Arasaka assets take priority if they are at risk, and the troops themselves are loyal to the death to this Japanese conglomerate. Biotechnica is a relatively small corporation. It created Triticum vulgaris metastasis, the genus of wheat that is refined into the synthetic grain alcohol and fuel we know as Chu-2. Biotechnica licenses the rights to use its genetically modified T. vulgaris metastasis plants to petrochemical companies like Solvoil and Petrochem. Besides the licensing rights of Chu-2, Biotechnica also has a multitude of Bioware products, all available on the open market. Now we come to Militech, Militech International Armaments, a megacorporation specializing in weapons manufacturing and private military contracting. Militech is one of the world's largest manufacturers of weapons and military vehicles, with facilities on every continent. Militech provides equipment for hundreds of nations and organizations, both private and governmental, especially the new USA military and police forces. This equipment includes, but is not limited to, personal firearms, drones, tanks, aircraft, ships, assisted combat personal armor, and much, much more. An alternate branch of the corporation provides private military forces, ostensibly for the purposes of defense, peacekeeping, and nation building. However, these forces have been used to aid terrorist organizations and military coups of the past. Throughout its history, Night City has been plagued by various crises, including economic recession, corporate war, and political power struggles. The most devastating event was the bomb, an ecological disaster that struck in 2023. This cataclysmic event resulted in massive loss of life and the destruction of entire districts, leaving scars that are still visible today. The 140-floor Arasaka Towers were the North American base of operations for this Japanese corporation. The complex was among the tallest buildings that existed at the time, being the largest in Night City. On August 20th, 2023, a Militech incursion team, led by infamous solo Morgan Blackhand and punk rocker Johnny Silverhand, attempted an infiltration mission into the towers in order to destroy their reliquary database project. The idea was to render the project unusable for their rival corporation by using a tactical nuke within a heavily shielded complex to absorb the impact of the blast and prevent massive destruction. However, somehow the nuclear device prematurely detonated somewhere near the 120th floor of the southern tower. The entirety of the city and corporate district turned into ruins within seconds, killing almost everyone in the immediate area. The blast instantly incinerated over 12,000 people, fatally injuring upwards of 500,000 more. Another 250,000 died in the resulting aftermath over weeks and months. Most of the central corporate zone had been destroyed, including many government buildings. The wreckage was far too vast to dig up and cart to distant landfills, so the survivors used bulldozers and jury-rigged battle tanks, abandoned by both sides, to shove the debris into the bay. Night Corp offered generous rewards to anyone willing to help clean up the crater of radioactive rubble at Ground Zero. Both the corporation and the city council claimed that casualties were kept to a minimum, while at the same time, they didn't provide official statistics to substantiate that claim. Many of the old districts had become a part of the new combat zones, and the original heart of the metropolis was still completely devastated. By 2045, Night City was still in the process of rebuilding. During the mid-2060s, the new Pacifica project was approved. With the economic recovery, investors sought an opportunity to make money on tourism. Billions of Eurodollars were poured into this attempt to turn the southern suburbs of Night City into a booming tourist resort. Speaking of Eurodollars, what is it? Or an eddy, as you've most likely heard it referred to. It's the main currency used by various countries. The European Currency Unit became the primary currency of the European Economic Community when both were created by the EEC Treaty of 1992. It is one of the most used currencies in the world. By the year 2004, it is one of the most widely used currencies, most nations either recognizing it as their official currency or giving it a highly favorable exchange rate. By the 2020s, it was widely used in Night City and the rest of the United States of America. You may have noticed a lack of animals in Night City. Well, that's because on May 4th, 2063, the Avian Extermination Act was approved by City Council after a series of zoonotic disease outbreaks, eliminating all birds within 18 miles of city limits. Personal pets could be kept, but progressively, most of the animal wildlife in Night City disappeared too. So, unfortunately, no cute little chooms. Speaking of which, what is a choom? A chumbada, chumba, or choom is Neo-Afro-American slang for a friend or family member. While street slang like choom is commonly used, there may be some other street slang you may have heard as well. We'll go over some of that so you don't feel like a gonk. A gonk is commonly used to refer to an idiot, fool, or schmuck. Flatline is a verb referring to killing someone or dying, even used as a noun, like a dead person or thing. These are just a few examples of street slang used in Night City. Cyberpunks live in cynical times. The influence of internationalism and the perversion of technology in all facets of everyday life have created new expressions for new ideas. Foreign words, technical jargon, and general callousness are the earmarks of cyberpunk slang. Now, you may have noticed some folks walking around the city looking chromed up, decked out, flaunting some cyberware. What is cyberware anyway? Cyberware is the term used to describe cybernetic technology, which is grafted into or onto a living body. Even though cybernetic prosthetics were originally developed for practical and medical purposes, they've since become a matter of lifestyle. Cyberware has become as commonplace as tattoos and jewelry. The reasons for installing it are many and varied, including simple tech upgrades, combat enhancements, and even fashion statements. The possession of trendy cyberware has become an integral and defining part of Night City culture. Uniqueness is just another form of currency. To make it big, you need to look the part. Style is everything. Not everything is cyberware. An agent is a pocket-sized machine which functions as a computer and a phone. This device replaces many of the items found in one's outfit. In the time of the Red, the cell phone of the 2000s has been replaced by a device that is a generational step beyond its predecessors. Even back in 2013, cell phones could make calls, record information, take pictures, and play music. Some could even download videos. But the agent, introduced just before the world went to hell, is a new tech solution and goes a lot further than just taking some calls. What makes your agent unique is its self-adaptive AI. SAAI is the programming that operates your agent. It is not a true AI, but rather an interlocking program set that manages data and learns how to do things by interacting with its owner. That'd be you. This allows the agent to manage your life, to make sure you have time to do what you need to do. Crimes, killing, getting out of trouble, and so forth. Instead of going to the store to pick up something you forgot. Agents come in 3 types, each about the size of an old-school cell phone. Basic, stripped down without a lot of extra bells and whistles. Expensive, with most bells and whistles and some extra functions. Or luxury, everything they can cram into it. What is a solo? What is a fixer? What other kinds of roles are there? In Night City, solos are lone mercenaries, working as hitmen, bodyguards, or anything that pays well for violence. Many solo variants have a military background, whether national or within a corporate army. Many also sport cybernetic prosthetics in place of limbs lost in combat. While a fixer, on the other hand, is a well-connected fencer, smuggler, and information broker who plies their trade on the black market. They are so well-connected to the comings and goings of their streets, they can locate, acquire, and know just about any desired person, place, or thing within their area of operation. Medtechs and techies are quite similar, but differ in expertise. A techie performs engineering and technical services on an off-the-record basis for clients from all walks of life. Their skills with building and modifying technology are in high demand, while a medtech keeps people alive who should be dead with their knowledge and training. They are as much mechanics as they are doctors, caring for people who are oftentimes more machine than human. Netrunners use high-tech brain-computer interfaces. Netrunners plug themselves in and scour the internet in virtual reality for high-value information to use as a weapon or sell on the black market. Netrunner skills include areas such as programming, hacking, electronics, and cybersecurity. Advanced cybernetic enhancements allow netrunners to essentially hack into the minds of their enemies and infect them with viruses. Nomads are anarchic tribes and communities of exiles from the corporate world. These nomads wander the highways looking for opportunity. As life on the road is hard, they maintain strong familial bonds. If a nomad is in trouble, he can count on members of his family to watch his back. These are just a few common roles that a Night City citizen might encounter. There are still many more, but we'll keep our focus on these ones for now. Night City is an ecosystem of opportunity. One class is working and depending on the other to survive the turbulent times of the future. I hope you've learned something, Choombadas. I know I have. This is Magnus Scott signing off. Until next time, Night City.
Are you tired of relying on unreliable energy sources? Look no further than the CHU Petrochem. Our state-of-the-art hydrogen fuel cells provide clean, reliable energy for all your needs. Whether you need to power your car, your home, or your business, CHU Petrochem has you covered. Our fuel cells are efficient and eco-friendly, reducing your carbon footprint and helping to create a cleaner future. Plus, with our cutting-edge production facilities, you can rest easy knowing that your energy is being safely produced and sustained. So why wait? Join the energy revolution and switch to CHU Petrochem today. CHU Petrochem, powering the cyberpunk universe.
In the vast and unforgiving streets of Night City, danger lurks around every corner. You need a team that can handle any situation. A team that's always there when you need them most. Introducing Trauma Team Membership. When chaos strikes, you can't afford to wait. Trauma Team's highly skilled medical professionals are just a call away. Whether it's a fire, a high-speed chase, or a vicious cyber attack, Trauma Team is prepared to swoop in and save the day. With your Trauma Team membership, you'll receive round-the-clock access to the finest trauma specialists in Night City. State-of-the-art equipment and cutting-edge technology ensure that you'll receive top-notch medical care when you need it most. Don't take chances with your life. Join Trauma Team today and gain peace of mind knowing that the best medical assistance is always within reach. With lightning-fast response times and a track record of saving lives, Trauma Team is the only choice for those who value their own survival. Act now and secure your Trauma Team membership. Remember, in Night City, it's not a matter of if you'll need help, but when. Trust Trauma Team to be there when you need them. Don't wait. Join today. Are you living with constant pain? Work as a mercenary got you feeling sore? Introducing Pain Editor Cyberware, the groundbreaking solution from Zetatech. With Pain Editor Cyberware, say goodbye to the limitations of your body and embrace a pain-free life. Whether it's chronic pain, injury-related discomfort, or even dangerous high-end gigs, our advanced technology can make a world of difference. Pain Editor Cyberware seamlessly integrates with your nervous system, intercepting pain signals and replacing them with a gentle sensation of relief. Imagine a life without debilitating pain, where you can focus on what truly matters. Our experienced team of Cyberware experts will ensure a smooth installation process, tailoring the Pain Editor Cyberware to your specific needs. We prioritize your comfort and safety over everything else. Don't let pain control your life any longer. Upgrade with Pain Editor Cyberware today and unlock a pain-free future. Visit our authorized dealers for more information. Pain Editor Cyberware from Zetatech. Redefine your limits.
Pane Editor Cyberware is subject to individual eligibility requirements. Consult with a licensed cyberware specialist to determine suitability for installation. Zetatech Industries is not responsible for any misuse or unauthorized modifications. Use at your own risk.